This is Wisdom Medina with you all. Blessings in Jesus Christ. Today we're going to focus on the Greek syntax of John 6, verse 3. If you have not seen the previous videos, I will ask you please to go and do it. So what we have here is the original text that says Anilthen δε εις το όρος Ιησούς και εκεί εκαζέζετο μετά τον μαζετών αυτού. So remember, I follow the modern pronunciation, and this is literally what it says. Went up then to the mountain Jesus, and there sat with his disciples. So it's like crazy because we don't speak that way, and my goal is to organize this sentence in the way we speak English. But so far, let me point out that we have a compound sentence coordinated by a conjunction there that is que. So let me show the text in a big way so you can see the two clauses. A compound sentence means that it has two or more clauses coordinated, and it is coordinated here by que. So que is a coordinating conjunction of addition. Okay, it's adding me another clause that is also independent. Both are independent clauses, okay? And when we analyze this syntactically, we need to do it separately. So we will do the first sentence first, and then the second clause then, okay? So let me read the text in Greek again before we move to the analysis. Ανήλθεν δε εις του όρος Ιησούς, εκεί εκαζέζετο μετά των μαθητών αυτού. Here we go. That's the text as we find it on the original language, but we will organize it this way to make it easy to analyze. Then Jesus went up to the mountain. So the first thing that we have here is the "the," that is a conjunction, coordinated conjunction of sequence, addition, or narrative development. In the gospel, as it is a narrative genre, we need to understand that this here allows the development. If you go to, for example, to Matthew chapter 1, verse 2 forward, you will see that that "the" in the original text so many times allowing the development of the narration. That's how it functions. That's how it functions normally in this kinds of genre like gospel narrative. Okay. So we'll find the verb. Let's try to find the verb. Here's anilthen. In verse 1, we see apilthen. That comes from apa, preposition apa, and then this is, let me see, ilthen is the same as erchome. That's the verb erchome. Okay, so apilthen is an aorist verb, and anilthen is the same verb, but it is made up of the preposition ana instead of apa, ana, and then erchome, as you can see here, and that erchome in the aorist form is ilthen, anilthen, okay? That verb allows us to split the sentence into its two parts, subject and verb predicate, and we will find the head of each part. What is the head of the subject and what is the head of the verb predicate? By the way, it is a verb predicate because anilthen is not a linking verb like imi or kaleo or iparcho or ginome. Anilthen is a verb of action. Went up is a verb of movement, okay? All right, it's not a stationary or linking verb. So we have here the head of the subject is Jesus, and the head of the verb predicate or phrasal verb is anilthen. As we don't have anything else to analyze in the subject area, we will move to the verb predicate, and we will analyze this phrase that is a prepositional phrase working or functioning as an adverbial phrase. Remember, that a prepositional phrase modify a verb, and that's why it is called also an adverbial phrase, because that's how it is functioning generally, okay? So, but specifically, It is also functioning as a circumstantial complement of place or goal because it answers to the questions, where did Jesus go up? He went up to the mountain. Goal or place, okay? Perfect. Then we will analyze word by word what we have here, and we will see how this phrase, prepositional phrase, is made out of, okay, or I don't know how to say that, is made, all right, or constructed. Is the head of the preposition, or the prepositional phrase. Then we have the preposition object, or the object of the preposition, that is a noun phrase that we have there, todos, or functioning as the preposition object, or object of the preposition, complement of the preposition. And that noun phrase has a determined article modifying the head, that is oros, adjectively. Okay, so it's functioning as an adjective, it's determining the noun, the head of the noun phrase that we have here, to oros. Okay, so that's what we have here. So let's move to the second clause, introduced by que. That means and there εκεί is referring to the mountain. Και εκεί εκάζητο μετατών μαθητών αυτού. And there he, Jesus, sat with the disciples of his disciples. Here we have que is a conjunction of addition, coordinating both independent clauses and making it as one sentence that is called compound sentence. Then we have to look for the verb. Here's the verb εθχαριστώ. Εθχαριστώ allows us to divide the sentence into two parts, but we don't have a subject there that is expressed, but is implied because it's a third person. There sat, that's why I put in parentheses, who sat? Jesus is answer to that question. So the subject is Jesus. So we have now the subject and the verb of predicate. Jesus sat is a verb of action. It's not a linking verb. So that's why we have a verb of predicate. And we will find the head of each part. The head of the subject is Jesus itself. And the head of the verb of predicate is εθχαριστώ. That is the head. And then we have to analyze each part here. As you can see, εκεί, that is an adverbial phrase functioning as a circumstantial complement of place, and is also the head of the adverbial phrase. Okay. Now we have this phrase here that is introduced by the preposition μετά, μετατών μαθητών αυτού, and in this case is also a prepositional phrase in general, functioning as an adverbial phrase modifying the main verb εθχαριστώ. And μετά των μαθητών αυτού specifically is working as a circumstantial complement, company or association. Okay, it's talking with whom Jesus sat there at the mountain. All right, so let's analyze each part. Μετά is the head of the prepositional phrase. Των μαθητών αυτού is the preposition object, or the object of the preposition. And then we have a noun phrase that has a determine, and the head of the noun phrase is μαθητών, disciples, and αυτού is a possessive determinant. Both are determining, the head, and the possessive determinant is a genitive or relationship because it shows the relationship between Jesus and his disciples. And that's it for today, guys. So we have a compound sentence, both clauses coordinated by the que that we have here, the conjunction, coordinated conjunction, makes itself a compound sentence of both of two clauses, okay? And that's what we have. Thank you so much, and thank you for watching, and I hope that this is useful for you. Subscribe, and please share this video with those who likes the Greek language.